After 10 years, my husband revealed that he's gay, but still wants to stay married until he finds his true love, and now I'm trapped living with them. So it's 5 p.m. and I've done another 9-hour day at the office job that I can't stand. They pay me well, and I have a funny feeling in my tummy that isn't normally there. A slight dread of going home to my one and only. I can already see him. He finishes work an hour earlier. He's on the couch, belly hanging out over his dirty work pants, watching a game show with his iPad in one hand, playing some video game he's addicted to. He'll get up to help me with dinner, which I appreciate, and then return to the same position. He's complained about feeling overweight, so the both of us have started a healthy diet. Every night we go to bed, though, he's on the iPad. He knows I don't agree with technology in bed, but doesn't show an interest in being intimate with me whatsoever. I've told him the lack of affection is hurting me, to which he says, "Well, in the past, you don't want it when I do, so I've given up. Plus, our relationship is so good, we don't need sex to validate it." And it's true, I can be moody when it comes to sex, but most of the time, I'm all for it, so I don't really get it. And we're doing good financially, except we both tend to sneak bigger purchases from each other, which I know is bad. And we own a home, and we do well at work, and are planning to start a business and a family within the next year. The starting a family part terrifies me, though. He is so ready now, but with our lack of intimacy, I don't see it happening. Plus, I feel like there's a big something missing emotionally with us. This will only get worse with kids, am I right? He is my best friend. We share everything and laugh until our ribs hurt, and it's been a fun 9 filled years together. That's my entire adult life, and I can't picture a life that doesn't have him there. I try to talk to him about how I'm feeling, and he brushes it off every time. "You're looking into things too much," he tells me. He admits to being partially to blame, yet won't change a thing. He just says that our future looks bright and we'll have cute little kids soon to keep us busy and make us stronger. There's also the fact that he talks work and business 24/7 due to a lack of social life on his side. I am an artsy person who loves talking real, but we've clashed so much lately, and our conversations die within 2 minutes. He means so much to me, but my friends are telling me I'm too naive and a pushover. The warning signs are clear, I'm just choosing not to see them. But here I am on Reddit. Sometimes the advice here is amazing, and other times it's a bit mean, but I can handle this. And I don't want to be unfair to him. He cares for me, cooks and helps clean, etc. And we have fun holidays often, but those are the only current positives for me, on top of holding on to 9 years of memories that I can't let go of. New update. 1 year later. So before I start, I know that therapy is the best thing for depression, anxiety-fueled jealousy, and I am pursuing this. So, my hubby has always had female friends via his work, and I've never much worried about it. I usually end up meeting these women, and they're lovely, married, or whatever, and totally a non-threat. I guess I'm not always jealous. Over the last couple of months, he's been working with the female mentioned in my heading. He's in a trade industry, and having a female in his kind of role is rare, especially in this small town. He's really supportive of women's rights and equality in the workplace, so he's kind of taken her under his wing, even though she works for a different company to him. He's fascinated by her, a woman who likes to get her hands dirty. She's moved here from another country, so she doesn't know many people. He tells me she's great at her job, and she's really funny and a good time to work with. I've never met her, but I know what she looks like, as he has described her a lot. And my husband is work-obsessed, so maybe it's nice he has someone female he can talk work with? He can talk with me, but after an hour or more, I get bored listening. So last night, he tells me he's going to his bi-monthly trade dinner. It's actually a really nice evening where everybody dresses up fancy and has dinner and drinks while listening to guest speakers, and he tells me he's going to pick her up and take her as his +1. He usually goes with his coworker dude, and he is the most trustworthy guy I know. But I saw red. He knows I struggle with anxiety and jealousy, and he thinks he's helping me get over it by doing something like this. They'll be out together late as it's a big evening, and I can't bear the thought of it. He often puts me second to other people's needs, and this is kind of a last straw, amongst other things going wrong in my world. And he's coming home to get ready/dressed up soon, and what do I say to him? I can't pretend to be okay with it, but I don't want to fight before he goes. And who is this amazing woman, and why does she get to go out and be on my husband's arm tonight? We're so low income that I'll be at home crying into my 2-minute noodles. Edit. And just to clarify, I am 28F, my husband is 28M, we've been together for 7 years, and his new coworker/friend is 26F. Then in the comments section, one user said, "OP, I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire, but why doesn't he take you as his +1 and let his new friend go by herself?" Well, his argument is that I'm not interested enough in his trade, and it is a trade dinner. But I love dinner, and I love him, so I would happily go along. Update. 4 days later. so I thought I would provide an update. I'm sorry it's taken me a while, but the past few days have been a blur. So he went to pick up the woman for dinner, and as he made his way over, she texted him saying she can't make it. We had a pretty big argument about it when he eventually came home and said, "I do wonder if she thought it's weird a married man asking her to dinner. The poor girl." And I said, "I agree with that." And he said, "No, you're just jealous, but that's not unusual." And he said we're special and that she's just business to him. I know I need to stand up, but my silly heart just can't fight him. New update, 2 months later. If you've read my last post, you can see we've had issues. I've had trust and abandonment issues most recently since we moved cities, 2 years ago almost. But despite the recent issues, I've always had this man by my side. My absolute best friend, my mentor, my travel buddy, my lover, my husband. I know we got together quite young, but I've never doubted he's the one, even when I've been hurt. I mean, what relationships don't have their issues to work through? Then, in a recent post, I mentioned that I found a photo of him and his Johnson, and it raised huge suspicions for me, as he had been hanging out with that girl a lot. And it turns out, she's no threat. I have to laugh because since he told me 3 weeks ago, he's always been gay, and I've been in tears. Now, I feel like a lot of wives would hate their spouse for coming out like this, but I could see his genuine fear and hurt in telling me about it. He loves me and did not want to hurt me. I'm the first and only person he's ever told. So I feel guilty for sharing, but our identity is hidden here. His choice to marry me, though, was genuine. I was the only female to ever spin his wheels, nothing boyish or manly about me, just for clarity. But he's always wanted a big family and a busy household. But our choice to hold back on having kids, thank goodness, has meant it's often just him and I kicking it together. I still love him. I'm hurting. I'm confused. He says he wants to stay together, but only if I change. Not like transitioning into a dude or anything, but he doesn't see me as happy within myself, and says we won't work if I don't fix myself. He wants more friends. He wants me to be independent. He doesn't want to do things just us anymore. All the things I love, like our walks, picnics, bike rides, camping, flicks and chill. He said our marriage made him fat and depressed, and he's now lost so much weight and is grooming more, etc. Anyway, that's some pretty grueling personal stuff. From the girl that's not supposed to tell a soul but is sharing it all over the web. And I'm also going to counseling, and I am seeing my doctor because I need help getting through this. He wants to make it work and promises faithfulness, and I want to make it work and accept it. I just don't know if it's worth going through a second heartbreak. We could last forever, or we might not make it past 2019. I'm just so tired. Then in the comments section again, one user said, "OP, get out. He might be promising you faithfulness, but what he isn't promising you or even showing you is love. You deserve better. You didn't make him fat and depressed. That's very shaming of him to claim, and it shows a distinct lack of self-awareness and willingness to take responsibility for his own actions." There was a post some time ago from a woman who had stayed with and supported her husband after he came out for years until he felt ready to leave her and go date men. She took care of him, but nobody took care of her. And I still feel her heartache. You can still love him and be his friend, but you are selling your life out if you remain his wife. In my opinion, of course. And I'm sorry that you're going through this. So, he says he feels love, but I guess we've only been adults with each other and never apart. There's a definite dependency between us. I know it's unhealthy. And the woman you mentioned above, I could see myself being that way. I've never felt such love. He hurt me, and I still love him the same. But I don't want to wait for him to want to leave for Mr. Right. I think a second heartbreak would kill me, and this is all just so very crushing. But thank you for the supportive words. Then user 2 said, "Okay, so my mom and dad were married for 35 years, best friends, amazing marriage, and 4 years ago, he came out. It's something he figured out later in life and struggled with it for a few years before telling her. They took a year to decide what to do with this new normal. They couldn't imagine being apart, but staying together would never be the same. And it's been 4 years now. This Christmas, we will all be together like always, except my mom's boyfriend and my dad's boyfriend will be there too. It's been difficult for them to get to this point, and they definitely are not as close as they were. It was a slow ripping off the band-aid, undoing their marriage, but they are now on the other side and happy again. I guess I don't really have advice except to be brave in honoring your feelings moving forward, and I'm wishing you well in your own new normal." Yeah, that's a big one. 35 years would be a lot more to undo, and I'm glad your parents found a new normal and can still be friends. I do hope that we can undo our marriage in a calm and neutrally beneficial way. We are both very quiet-natured people who, despite disagreeing a lot, are good at talking it all out without losing it. And I can't believe I just typed out "undo our marriage" without the tears coming out. I'm probably just too tired, but I think it's for the best if that's the choice we make, for him and especially for me. Update, 9 days later. So, thanks Reddit for being my words of advice and support on a topic I am still temporarily bounded to secrecy with. I've been having some great sessions with my counselor, and after a month of misery, heartache, and anxiety-fueled issues, I'm feeling much stronger today. But it's a hard road ahead. 2019 will be a bumpy road, but one where I discover myself and who I was before I gave my heart and soul to this man who broke it. We're still together. He seems to think that we will be fine, but I've been very honest with him in how I feel. I defended myself against him wanting me to change to suit his needs. We've also stopped trying for a baby. 1, because I'm finding it difficult in the bedroom now, and 2, because the security I had is 100% gone. I told him I'm giving myself a year tops to decide if I truly want to stay. I also said I want him to do the same. If he does still 100% love and yearn for me, and me alone, he needs to fight for me. If he's truly fully gay and not bi or confused, then I know this won't happen. It wouldn't be good for either of us. He's also told me that now I know he's into guys, that he hasn't felt into them as much, and that he's only been feeling horny and yearning love from me instead of his adult content. He also tells me the crush he had has gone, and he's pushed away that person. But I don't think I can fully believe that right now. I guess mentally I've already decided that it's not going to work out between us. We're best mates still, so we can handle this being a slow process. Falling out of love while we slowly untangle our lives together is how I see the year going. We're about to spend our 2-week Christmas break together without our families, but his need for always having friends around us now will make it easy to get through, and I'm finding I like having others around now too. It's like my heart is hardening. I also worry that I'm going to hurt him if I decide to go. I know it's silly considering how much I'm hurting now, and this is the most effed up outcome I could have ever pictured for my deluded happily ever after. I'm still processing this, but I hope that him and I can both find happiness. I hope the hurt becomes easier to deal with, and I hope that he never breaks the heart of another unsuspecting woman again after me. This due to the fact that he still yearns for a normal family and does not want his family to ever know he's gay. But those are his issues now, not mine. 2019 is about me, and I'm normally so selfless, but I have to put myself first now. New update, several months later. Something I could not send to an old friend about my current 10-year-long love. So, a bit of heavy crap here, but I still feel like you're one of the only people alive who really knows me. I'm in the most thick of depression and want to know what you have done to escape it. I feel like wanting to self-unalive, but I'm 30, and that's a stupid cry for help. I'm almost asking myself for help now that I'm meant to be an adult, but I'm lost. So now I'm feeling like a 17-year-old, and I'm like, should I trip on the mushrooms I have dried from last year and just miss work until I find myself or something? Do I just run away from life with absolutely no money and no safe zones because I live on the wrong island? I moved cities recently, and do that now? What do I do to escape the feeling of heartbreak, doom, self-loathing, and utter despair? My whole world is caving in, and even though I have caring friends, I'm still so alone with what I'm dealing with. 10 years of life and love to find out he doesn't want me. He wants a man. I was self-conscious, confused, and a mess when he found me. And in our 10 years, I've raised above and grown with him. I've achieved so much and our memories have always been so happy and fun-filled. In this recent news, I've learned this means nothing. His love removed from me brings me to my knees. I feel hopeless. He's not kind in telling me his gay tendencies. I'm supposed to be fully okay and continue the marriage until he finds his true man love, and I'm just his friend. The future plan of a lifestyle home, kids, pets, and holidays just dissolved. He wants a man. He knew this before he married me 10 years ago. How did I fall for his love this whole time? I am empty, I am crushed, I can't see the good in all that surrounds me outside of him, and I can't face another day. New update, 1 year later. So if you're anything like my friends, your initial reaction will be, girl, get the heck out of there. But it's not so simple. I work full-time, but my wages are not enough to live alone. At this age, all of my friends are married with kids and can't take me on. I have no family here as I live in a different city. I could flat with university students, but at my ripe age, I know it would not be good. So I live in my own bedroom/lounge in the house me and my ex-hubby rent together. The thing is, I'm finally hitting the dating scene. The guy I've started seeing knows my story and seemingly doesn't mind, but deep down I feel like it may be damaging things. He can't ever come here, and I have to drive out of town to see him. Then my ex has been dating since July. He has a steady boyfriend and to my disgust, a girl he fools around with too. And I'm over being upset about that, but I know I'm never going to truly get over it while I'm stuck here. Rent in this city is madly high. I could live in a small turd box with no money left, or I can live a comfortable life here in this emotional prison. I can't wait it up. I know I'm not moving on the way I should be because I have to see my ex every day. And if I was my new date, I would be slightly uncomfortable knowing he lived with his ex, even if she were gay. So financial ruin or never moving on. Those are the options. I'm trying to get promoted at work, but it'll take time and a bit more of my soul. I could move back to my home city, but all of my friends and my new date are up here. And my job is the first job I've ever liked going to, and I don't want to lose that. I don't know if advice will help, but any is appreciated. So, every now and then we'll read a story and one of the comments will just straight up say, OP, this is beyond Reddit's pay grade, and this is definitely one of those stories. No matter how you slice it, OP is in an absolutely crappy situation, and I can just feel the despair through her words. And you know what? I always recommend therapy and stuff like that, but she said she's already going to talking to somebody, so let's try something different. A fight to the death. Whoever wins gets the other person's assets, and they can just move away, start a new life with a whole bunch of money. I feel like that would be way better, way more entertaining, just a little different. Just why not? 2025, why not? Just try something new, folks. That's all I'm suggesting. But anyway, we're at the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching, commenting, have a really good day, and